All right, so today, which is July 16th, they released a fan film, a short fan film, 15 minutes, starring Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake.
Which was amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh, I guess that's our feelings on it. I want to hear what you have to think, because I watched it today at work on my break.
Well, the thing is...
And I want to hear... We haven't talked about it at all besides me texting you saying, watch this, because we're both fans of both Uncharted and Firefly.
Yes.
Firefly being the best show ever to be on TV.
Okay.
Yes, but continue. Well, that's another topic.
Thing is, I'm going to go back. I really did like this.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It captured the essence of what Uncharted was as a video game, showing as a live action. But even when I think the first or the second came out, you and I were talking about this, and I think even Nathan Fillion commented when that game came out that he would love to have played that role.
Yeah.
And that was when I think Mark Wahlberg and Robert De Niro were up for the roles.
Was some talk about them.
It was terrible, and then it's just been this back and forth game.
And now
Sony.
it's Tom. Yeah, Spider-Man is going to be.
Yes,
apparently.
Cut that crap out.
Please. No, well, we'll get to that later. But my thoughts. You continue.
Overall, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I really did. They even referenced the other games, his findings.
Yes, and I like that too.
They put that in there. It went from, it shows him being in some sort of danger or peril, which is kind of how the video game rolls. And then all of a sudden it shows him like looking around, finding things, and then when he jumps out of the window, and how it transitions into him into like gameplay mode, and then going back to the narrative again. And
right.
That's exactly how the game kind of goes, but it did it in a fun way, in a real seamless way.
Yeah, it was simplistic and it was fun. I had fun watching it. I don't know what else to say about it because it was enjoyable to watch, and it did. Yeah. I started going, I hope this doesn't make me cringe, and I hope it ends, and I'm upset that it ended because I wanted more. And that's exactly what I felt. When it was over, I was like, what? Well, that... just like how Firefly left you going, what is that's it? There's not any more? This is how I felt too, going, but I want some more. Please, can I have some? So it was successful in that. I don't know why they did it unless they're trying to stick it to Sony, being like, see,
I read a couple things earlier, just from a few random sources and some social media, but apparently the director, Alan Ungar,
something like that,
he said that from the time the first game was released in 2007...
he was a fan.
He was a fan, and he said it was kind of a passion project for him.
Right, and I get that. I read that whole part of both Nathan Fillion said the same thing, like, hey, they love these characters.
He said something that let's just... They want to get this thing rolling.
Right, just to have... I guess they're going, hey, let's have fun. I mean, there's been some of these fan films before. Yeah. There was a Punisher one not too long ago. There was a Power Rangers one. Yeah. I enjoyed the Punisher one. I mean, for what it was supposed to be short and quick and cute. And there was a Venom one as well, which I actually really enjoyed. It's pretty good. The Power Ranger one, I liked some of it. Some of it I thought could have been done. But they're meant to be just cute and kind of a nod to the fans. And this was a nod to the fans.
However...
But, yeah.
I'm hoping a little bit...
that it goes viral.
Yes,
and
I'm hoping it pulls.
Well...
I'm hoping it pulls in, like place Nathan Fillion in the Ryan Reynolds role, and then have Uncharted be the Deadpool, like the movie. I'm hoping that Sony realizes, all right, you know what, this could do really well. But here's the thing: Sony cannot get involved. Sony, if they do this, they have to give Nathan Fillion, and whether or not it's this director or not, I think he's done a couple action movies.
He's doing a movie right now.
Yeah, so he's not just some...
He's not a nobody. He's been around. He knows what he's doing.
I kind of hope they give them creative control and they let them work with Naughty Dog to make it a canonized movie.
Yes, it needs to take place after Uncharted 4.
No, I think between 3 and 4.
Well, or that. I mean, I'm
between
fine
3 and 4.
If they're done with the Uncharted
games... I don't think they even
games,
referenced 4 in this.
They didn't, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen during
but
that.
I think it would work really well if it was after 3. There's so many stories. We don't need an origin. We don't need an origin.
We don't need an origin.
I don't need Tom Holland.
No, we don't.
No.
And I'll say something that's good. You're going to hate me at first, but hear me out. I don't want an Uncharted movie. I want an Uncharted series. All right? You don't need to squeeze this into a 2-hour movie and spend hundreds of millions. Make it Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or, heck, Sony. Start your own streaming service.
Yeah, you're right.
Give us a series not just a movie, and that would be way more successful. Yeah, and that's something that's more along the lines of how this should work. Because I think you're squeezing this into 2 hours. It's another Tomb Raider. It's another generic movie. If you make it into a series, exactly right. It's much more powerful. And I could go on ranting, but...
You could do a miniseries.
A miniseries.
Do 10 episodes, have it on Amazon, have it on Netflix, whatever.
Just put it out as a miniseries and then sell it to whoever wants it, and people will take it.
Yeah, because you really could pull out a nice long story, have 45-minute episodes, 10 episodes, and you could really craft a fun... likable. I mean, that's the thing with the characters in the game.
Oh, it's fantastic.
As you played each game, you began to really love these characters and relate to some of them, and you hated, like, even in 4 when he was lying to Elena.
Yeah, you didn't like it. Most games you don't care if a character lies, but in this one you did. And whether you say some people don't like the games because they're too cinematic, well, fine, but you can't take away that they're well done cinematic games.
Oh yeah.
If you don't like that genre, well, fine, that's your own taste and whatever. So I'll say this. Video game movies have a difficult time because you're taking something that's either, which should never have been a movie in the first place, or it's something that's 20 hours or 15 squeezed into 2.5 hours. Yeah, and you're going to suffer from that. It's from the story, plot line, everything. You can't squeeze. So in this case, we have now the technology to make a series and not just make a movie. And that's what it needs to be done. And I think video game movies should be completely cut out and should be just series. Like The Witcher, I know The Witcher's technically not a video game. It's a book and then video game after. But everyone's going to treat this as a video game series. They're going to.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a few people go, oh, I like the book. Okay, great. But majority of people watching that are not fans of the book. They're fans of the game.
Exactly.
And this is going, and they're making that because of the game. They're not making that because of the book. If they say otherwise, they're full of crap.
This would do well as a series. You're right.
And once The Witcher does come out, then we can decide, okay, video game movies actually do work. And they can translate into TV. They need to be series, not movies. That's my 2 cents on this. And this made me want an Uncharted series really, really bad. I don't think I'll ever get one, which is depressing. Nathan Fillion keeps breaking my heart because he just keeps teasing me awesome things, and they just never.
Every time he dresses up as Malcolm Reynolds or anything, it just hurts.
I'll never forget.
Because you're never going to get it back. But
never. I mean, maybe, but I don't even want it back. I think it's best going out honorably.
They did a nice job. And it was fun. It was lighthearted. It was quippy.
Yeah,
just like Nathan Drake, just like he pulls off the guy who played Sully was awesome.
He was an interesting choice. I would have gone someone different, but I mean, I thought
it was good. I mean, he had the cigar in his mouth the whole time. I thought at one point, like, all right,
take it out, right?
Yeah, but whatever. They were just doing it to show the characters, and
I'm fine with that. I would have gone with someone a little different. I didn't really. Elena wasn't that great to me. I'm like, you don't look anything like her. You don't really have the vibe. But
probably pick a couple people.
About that.
She was barely in it, enough to know. But Nathan Fillion is solid as this role. It's kind of him.
Yeah, it's him, and
he's just kind of playing himself.
Amy Hennig, the director of the first and the second one. She even said that the character was loosely based off of Nathan Fillion's Malcolm Reynolds, loosely, and you can kind of see that with the games. There's a lot of similarities. I mean. He fits the role 100%. Now, I will say about this, I wanted a little more gunfighting. I thought the gunfighting scene was a little too quick. I did like the third-person thing when it starts into that.
It is 15 minutes.
I know, but I would have liked to see a little more gunfighting. But one thing that kind of made me laugh was when he jumps off the pallet that's like 2 feet, and you see him way in the air punching the guy. I'm like, okay, you guys could have got a little higher
a little bit. But the thing is, they're just trying to show. And the thing is, Nathan Fillion, I doubt he's in that great a shape.
Yeah, they said he trained real hard for this. I'm like, how hard? It's not like he was at 6 months or
there are some... No, it's a fan film. There's no way he's
they probably do. Hit the gym for a month before you film this, right?
This is the role of a lifetime for a fan film. No, it's...
Well, I mean, if it did go forward, which, I mean, who knows? It might, it may not. But if it should, I would expect he would hit the gym a little harder before he actually films it. Yeah, I mean, I doubt he would ever hear this, but if so, I don't know what you have to do to Sony if you had to kidnap somebody or threaten someone, if you have some dirt on some executive there. Use that to your advantage.
Is as long as Fox doesn't handle anything with it, because they would cancel it.
Or Disney.
They'd have 10 episodes, it'd make millions, and then they would just cancel it.
Right, you would have a huge fan base.
They'd give you 2 bonus episodes that, you didn't even know about. All of a sudden, it just comes out.
And then 5 years later, they'll come out with a movie that they don't really advertise.
And they'll kill everybody.
Yeah, exactly. All the favorite. They'll kill Nathan Drake, and they'll kill Elena and everyone else. And so you watch it with much depression, knowing that you'll never, ever get it back. And then it'll be years and years of sorrow. And then once a year, you'll kind of watch the entire series again just because it's enjoyable. And you're like, man, I really love these characters. But then more tears come. And then reality sets in.
None of that happens.
Please don't touch it, Fox. Sony, make a series.
Could be
please.
Such a fun series. It really,
could be
really
fantastic.
Could be.
It could be taking its
When's
time.
the last time we had that Indiana Jones character that worked? It wasn't just some gimmick they threw into a movie.
That's why Uncharted works, because it's believable Indiana Jones. They do a good job of very slightly touching the supernatural. The 4 didn't touch it at all. And it works really well. It's just something about it is just
referencing
fires
all
on all
the
cylinders.
Historical events,
right? And they do a good job with all that.
People like that. They like to feel involved in the story and be able to relate it to something in real life.
I feel like I'm getting off topic. Now we're going into Uncharted games, but as this fan film, it mixed perfectly. Yeah, the games feel into a live action.
Yeah, even when he's in melee combat, when he gets out of the handcuffs, and he comes out and the guy's got him around, and he does the 2-person. I think they added that in the second or third game. I don't remember.
It was the third
maybe
game.
The third game where they had the 2-person combat. Even those little parts, they added all that in, and I expected when he's up in the room and he looks at the window, I was waiting for him to go outside and see him scale, and then the next thing he just
I thought that was funny. Like, are you gonna climb? Or are you just gonna jump? Like, you just jump.
I wasn't expecting that for some reason. I was expecting him to, I don't know, do like a quick little
I can't
scale,
help. I can't help. It's just seeing Malcolm Reynolds there. I'm like, I see Drake and I see Malcolm Reynolds.
It's hard to differentiate the two. It really is.
It is, and that's fine with me. I don't have any complaint with that.
Even a lot of his insults or little, like when the little El Diablo, whatever his name was,
he
comes in, he's like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up, little guy? Like little things. It's
that was
funny.
Good. I laughed at that. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. We'll post
it's
a link down below.
It's a fun, quick little video, and overall was well done. Feels well shot.
If you're not a fan of Uncharted, and if you're a fan of Firefly, watch it. If you never seen Firefly, what's wrong with you? Go watch it.
Yeah, and I hope I'm sure somebody has already started a Kickstarter or something.
Well,
get this rolling, because
what needs to happen is you need to have a couple many million views on this thing.
Yeah. Well, they're already at 620,000.
Yeah, that's just today.
It's been out today.
Right.
So
it was just
I think if this picks up traction, Sony should see this. Hopefully they scrap their ideas.
No Holland.
No offense to Tom Holland.
He's a great
Spider-Man.
actor. I like him. They want to invest in him because he's young.
We'll see if he's great. But he's a fun Spider-Man.
I'll take a movie, but I'd rather have I'm not going to get a series. I might not even get an Uncharted movie. This is all fantasy talk. But if you wanted to get the most out of this, hypothetically speaking, make it a series and make it well. Well, make anything well.
I think that would be
too much.
The best. Break away from the video game movies for now, and completely just
successful.
Put it into something really creative, and don't make it so Hollywood.
Right.
And what I mean by that is that's why
you don't need lots of CGI
if Nathan
and explosions.
Fillion and just a couple guys, kind of like Ryan Reynolds and Tim Miller and a couple of, when they just took Deadpool and they crafted it and they're like, look, this is ours.
Well, you played on the strength of the characters.
Yeah.
And that's why Firefly was successful, because it's the strength of the characters. And that's why Uncharted is successful. Well, many other reasons, because of the quality of the game, but it's the strength of the characters that keep it going. Then you could do that with this series, even with a movie, but I would prefer series. But
series would work best, but either way,
maybe
I enjoyed it.
I just have a hard time believing them when they say, "Oh, this is just a little passion project. We're just doing just for fun." I want to see through some BS and go, "You guys really want to do this?" And I tip my hat to you.
I'm hoping in a year or year and a half from now, one of the, Nathan Fillion's on Late Show, like, "Oh no, we really did just do it as a passion project."
Wink, wink. And if Tom Holland wants to be in as a young Drake and then they go back and forth, I'm fine with that. That would be cool, but you don't go young. We know what happens, okay? And I do not buy Tom Holland. What is he, 5'2"? I don't buy him as Nathan Drake. I just don't. Nathan Drake's a tall guy.
We already know his backstory from the games.
Right. I don't need it.
people watching this, if they're unfamiliar with the series of games, the characters are good enough and the stories will be fun enough that they're not going to need to set up the whole backstory, and they can reference things. They could easily make this work.
Easily. Just give them some money, let them do it, and let it be awesome. You have a big enough fan base to make it successful, and
definitely.
People who aren't fans will still watch it too based on the strength of these characters. They'll pick it up too. So that's my thoughts on it. You guys can share your thoughts, and you can also like and subscribe. And
we'll put the link to the video, to the actual fan film in the
go watch it, support it, like it, comment on that as well, because I think it would. I'll say this, for as short as it was, the 15 minutes, it's some of the best video game to film adaptation I've ever seen.
Actually, you're right. That's
sad to
Blood
say.
Rain may have a beat. Blood Rain might have a beat.
Are you sure? Not the Resident Evil movies? Not one of those has a beat? I didn't see the latest Tomb Raider, but I heard it was just average. But even something that's supposed to be not high quality, just average, actually succeeds in being better than most of that. So that should tell you something about Hollywood. And
that's actually sad.
It's, but let's just hope and pray that you Bowl gets to direct the Uncharted movie.
If only my dreams could come true. Oh God, that's depressing.